deep.
I didn't waste too much time, Scotty. It only took me like 45 minutes last night to build my jig.
Sure. We had to do some freaking around.
Don't
I had
need
to
to
cut the lamp off.
Kick it with that, brother.
We had to drill the base off. It's on the swivel base, so it kept just like.
90.
But that's
okay, what do we got here?
And then we took some friggin'
Is it
around.
full right down? Like,
No,
oh man,
we're in this
hello.
zoom up mode.
Yeah, I'm just getting ready to start Friday Night Flies. Yep.
where did that chairman go to? He's still here?
I saw him leave, I thought.
Right here. How many people? What are we talking about? For what? Ice fishing? With who? For what day are we talking? Straight up.
Right back to this thing.
Okay, if you can move that camera a little bit, okay, go that way. Move that way. No, going the wrong way. This way. Right there. Holy shit. I mean, Benny would be in, I'm sure. Call Ben, make sure we got him on board. I mean, I don't think anybody's doing snow removal this time of year.
Flood removal.
Who?
Can you tie that close?
Maybe. Shit, I don't know. I could call Steve. Try and get a hold of Steve, get a hold of Ben, get a hold of Kyle, okay?
That's it looks so good on the camera right there. That's not really.
No problem.
I can do that. It's about as close.
Okay, don't move anything then. I'm trying to get it focused.
I know.
Okay, Melissa, I'm
I'm
really
almost
busy
gonna
here.
bring it. I have a
Okay, let me
like an office
Okay, you
chair.
just
that's
move
fully
some.
adjustable.
Yeah. What? Careful of this thing.
Okay. No.
Okay, let's check.
move-
This way. Let's check this out. See what happens. So
Oh,
that's
it just moves the fly.
Bounces the fly.
Russian orange.
What other regular threads do we need?
That looks awesome, dude. I like the different look. Is way better, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Come and have a look.
Because it's way tighter to the fly.
Nice. We're live right now, I guess, on Friday Night Flies.
We broadcasting like Showtime live?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess somehow it got bumped.
Timed out. Bumped you
Boy,
on.
do I feel like an idiot right now. But no, here, let's go back. We'll go to
I wouldn't mind starting it off like that with the fly, like you know how like when you're getting warmed
Okay,
up.
anyhow, we got it. We got her live right now.
Hi.
Friday Night Flies. I don't know how long we've been on, but it's a good thing because usually we're potty mouths when we're not on camera, and hopefully we haven't offended anybody. But anyhow, Friday Night Flies. Your
Friday
host.
Night Flies. I'm Boulder. Thanks for joining us. If you've been there for a while, we apologize, but I hope you enjoyed all the candor. Wasn't very exciting, really. Just Brad talking to his wife and me trying to order thread. Real exciting.
Yep.
But tonight will be exciting. Scotty Holmes is going to be tying up a traditional pattern. So we've swapped roles this week. I've got a bunch of things that I've created. So yeah, we're going to thank Spud Valley Sporting Goods here in the heart of Pemberton, 1380 Birch Street.
flooding Pemberton.
Did I get that right?
1380 Birch. You got it.
Yeah. Woo. It only took me 4 years to remember the address, but yeah, we're here in Spud Valley, and we're also brought to you by Pemberton Fish Finder, where we talk trout. Yeah, so if you are a fan of Pemberton Fish Finder, if you're not, you should be. We posted a video this week of Brad and I out on the Lillooet River somewhere.
In Pemberton.
In Pemberton,
British
BC,
Columbia.
Canada.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been doing a lot of ice fishing, and the weather's been really mild, so we thought we'd check out the river. So we went and checked it out, and we hammered some bullies. It was a fun day. Took the skidoo out and took it for a rip down the river, and so tonight I am tying the pattern that we were hammering them on. I have previously tied this on Friday Night Flies, but I went to go and view it the other day, and there was no volume.
Hold on, that's something we should check
So,
right now because
we're doing it
have
again.
been having some
You gonna check?
issues.
Yeah, you check that out. So we're going to do it again. We did rename it. It's Fly on Delivery, so F.O.D. And they're going to try and check the volume, so I'm just going to keep yammering on here. Ice fishing is still great, so book your tours. We're going up north from Pemberton, about half an hour, 40 minutes, up in the Birkenhead area on our secret lake, Blackwater. But yeah, it's been really good. We have good 12 inches of ice still on the water. It's been pouring down rain for the last 2 days, so it'll be interesting. I have a tour out there tomorrow, so we'll get our feet wet a little bit. Is the volume working?
Well, we're just checking it right now. We got some
Still
stuff
trying to check.
So we want to make sure. Hold on,
I'm just excited. I want to tie my fly. But yeah, so ice fishing's been good. And then yeah, we're getting really excited to be able to get on the rivers, and I think we might be getting out there a little earlier this year. We got audio. The control master's getting back behind the controls, so
yeah, we kind of got caught off a little off guard here.
Yeah, somehow we got bumped live, and we didn't mean to be. So whatever.
We've been how live for how long?
Just like how we
I
break.
have no idea, but
Yeah.
we'll find out when it's done.
Hey,
so let's go downstairs.
Fred
here.
breaks sometimes, video starts playing sometimes, whatever. We just go with it. So we'll take you down. There's the fly. F.O.D. from FNN or FNF.
FNF. Friday Night Flies.
Friday Night Flies.
Going down the F.O.D. Fish on Delivery. And if you check out we've got a wicked YouTube channel too.
Yeah, go on YouTube and check
Brad
out
Knowles, Permanent
Knowles.
Fish Finder. You Google either of those, man, you're on it.
Yeah.
And you'll see this fly
Perform.
in particular killing it.
Killing it.
It's got a huge fish magnet in the body of that pattern.
Yeah, it's right there under the rabbit strip. So
And yeah, get to her, buddy.
I'm gonna get to her while these guys clown around. But that's our fly that we're going to be doing today. It's a nice winter steelhead streamer.
Make sure that TV is on.
So what we're starting off with here is a mustad size 2 4X long hook. Get her in there nice and tight. There we go. I don't really care what thread you use for this. And the only bit of thread that gets exposed is right here, right at the tag end where we attach the rabbit strip. So since I'm using a green body, I use a green thread. But if you use black, whatever. Use white, whatever. So
he went like first 6 casts, 5 fish.
I think it was, yeah, I think it was like 8 casts, 5 fish.
It was unreal.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was killer.
Like, not that that's not normal for this area, but I mean, it was exceptional because, you know, the whole thing was
The weather was right.
The weather was right. We've been having some horrible weather, but it was one of your own ties.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was seconds after it hitting the water.
Boom. First
Boom,
one.
fish.
And I'm getting my brand new scissors from Spud Valley Sporting Goods today.
I mean, we're
See if
probably
they
sounding
work.
like we're a little busy here, but we are. We kind of got caught off guard here on this show, but let's make it happen.
Yeah, we'll get her together tonight. I got a bunch of patterns I can tie. Scotty has a couple he's going to tie, so we'll have a good night tonight. All right, so I got my thread on there. I've inverted my vise because I'm going to be attaching the lead eyes. So these are 130-aught or size medium. You can use different size of eyes, which is just going to control how heavy your fly is. So you can do the same length and lighten up on the weight of the eyes if you want to fish some slower water. If you're doing fast water, jump up a size. So I'm just doing some figure 8 wraps here, get these eyes on there. I know a lot of people glue these things down, but with these big streamers, I get it tied in there tightly, but I don't glue it down for one particular reason. Once I get it in the water for the first time, if it's a virgin fly, you'll find if you secure, like I can still move these a little bit. I'm not going to do it too much because I want them to stay tight. But once you get the fly in the water for the very, very first time that you've used the pattern, you'll find, because of all the material that we got on here, you might be riding sideways one way or another. And then just being able to do a fine little adjustment on the eyes I find helps you to be able to tune that fly perfectly, so it rides nice and flat or up and down in the water. Rides the way it's supposed to ride. Okay, so I got my eyes on there. Take my wraps back to the tip of the hook, and we're going to start off with a little bit of this tail section. So I'm using some UV pink polar bear. If you don't have UV pink polar bear, maybe try a little bit of marabou in there with a little bit of bucktail. And it's just a little extra color pop and a little extra motion that I'm creating in this fly. And I'm not going too heavy. Might be going a little heavier than I want here. I'm just going to pull a couple out with my scissors.
Look how sharp those scissors are.
I know.
Amazing.
No.
It's amazing what new scissors do, eh? So I got my little pink tail here. So I want that tail to be about the distance from the hook point to my dumbbell eyes. That's how long I want that pink tail to be. I'm just going to tack it in at the back here. And I'm going to wrap all these tag ends all the way up. You notice I'm just doing it loosely. It's not that important. But what I'm doing is just trying to keep my body uniform. So once I get up to around the eyes, I'll nip it off, and then I'll just let's just thread back.
Scotty, the fish feminine are in big trouble.
I know, because I tied about a dozen of them last night.
And now we're just showing people how to do it themselves. Oh my God, those fish are in trouble.
And you can do this in a couple of those different sizes. I was doing them last night in the size, so this is my big version, and then I was doing some in a size 4, and I even did some in a size 6. So just, you know, getting a little bit shorter.
Tried another pattern. I don't know why Scott didn't tie that one too for us tonight, but what was the other one that
the other one in the video is called it's Boulder's Go-To. So I'm going to tie it next week. I don't want to give away all the secrets too fast.
True enough.
We'll give you a chance to master this one this week and get it in the water, catch some fish, and then we'll be back next week with the second pattern.
That's right. We
right.
want to give you a full mouth.
So I got the pink in there, and then next we're going to be doing is the rabbit strip. So this is a very thin rabbit strip. I always buy, I guess it's the medium size. And then, so that does me for my bigger Zocker patterns that I want to do. And when I want a smaller one, I just cut it in half. It's a little bit of extra work, but you buy one thing material and you get multiple functions out of it. So what I'm going to do to measure this up is I want this tip to be reaching the eye. So I'm just going to hold it down with my thumb here. I'm going to lay this out across, and I'm looking to be tying it in right where we tied that polar bear in.
Poke it through so we can see. Yeah, there you go.
So I'm just using my pick tool here. Dub pick. Let's just make sure we got it here. Getting all thumbs tonight. So I'm just going to separate those hairs with my tool. Wet your fingers and just brush them back so that you don't trap any of that hair. Now make sure this is right on top. That's probably the key, is this back tie-in. If that's not nice and flush, it just doesn't swim right. So I got a nice 3 or 4 turns on there. And then what I'll do is I'll get rid of the rest here. So I want my rabbit strip to be just hanging out a little bit longer than that pink. And when you cut it, just don't cut through all the hair. You know, push it back with your scissors, just like you did before. Slip your scissors in on the material.
Like
so
butter,
that way,
those new scissors.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. So that way you get the nice taper off the back. And that's that step. I'm just going to trap that with my spring. I'm going to bring my thread back into the front here.
You know, a lot of people, we get a lot of questions on what vise you two guys use too. Maybe we'll give them a quick shout out too.
Yeah, mine's a Apex vise from Anvil, which is an American company. It's kind of it's not top of the line. It's your mid-range vise, but I like it because I'm able to turn it from a rotary into a stationary. There's a nut in my base that allows me to pivot the head. It's not as convenient as Scotty Holmes's. He's got the deluxe.
Yeah,
no, actually, it's not. It's for Renzetti. It's their second or third.
No, but Renzetti's your you're more of your top end of your vices.
Yes.
Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, amongst your line, you're right in the middle of the line of the
Yeah.
Zeddies. So I got my dubbing loop here, and I got taken my dubbing. So this is a light olive laser dub. And we're gonna get this all in here. When I'm putting my dubbing in, I'm building a taper towards the head. So my dubbing is gonna be a little bit thicker as I get towards my dubbing tool. So you just put your lump in there, spread it all out. Once I get it in here, I'll tilt it up so you guys can see.
Oh, we can see.
Oh, you can see underneath there?
Yeah. No, it's looking good. It's not as clean focus as the fly as itself, but we're getting a good idea.
Get the idea. So I'm putting the dubbing between the two threads. There's a million different types of tools. Mine's a real simple. It's just a hook. Our captain. So I got my dub in there. We're gonna twist her up.
Captain Hook was good at doing a dubbing by.
All right, so now I got my dubbing thread. I'm just going to take my Velcro. A lot of people do it right afterwards. I like doing it when I'm still here. That way, too, the Velcro helps to move that dubbing around so I can even it off if I have any sections that are too thick. So I just fluff it out a little bit, and then we're going to wrap. So I just got to watch out for that camera, so I'm going to be doing this on a weird angle for a little bit. I'm just pulling the material back as I go. Around and around she goes. Oh, we did it.
Yep.
So that's going to be earthquaking for a little bit, guys.
There we go.
We got a new boom on our camera that's up close here. We're trying to avoid all the earthquakes that we've typically been doing because it's been attached to the counter. But as you can see, it is still not 100% yet.
Oh, she's a whole lot better than it was, bud. She's a whole lot better.
All right, so I got that dubbed right up behind the eyes. I'm going to tie this off. I'm just going to, because we were wrapping around, your threads get kind of wrapped up in there, so I'm just going to bulk them out a little, just unspin them. Now I'm going to go to my shrimp color, still with the laser dub, and you're just going to pinch off a little bit here. That's a little bit more than I need, but we're just going to make a little bleeding gill right behind the eyes.
Because it is a bait fish imitation.
So I got my pink on there, my shrimp. And I'm doing this all right behind the eye. And then after we're done the fly, what we'll do is we'll go in there with our dubbing tool again and we'll pick it out. And we're going to go back to the olive green here. I just had some left over on my dubbing loop that I'm going to use. You don't need a lot on this thread. Basically all that we're going to be doing is covering up our wraps around the lead eyes. So a nice thin bead works. Twice one way, twice the other way. I'm just checking underneath, make sure my thread's all wrapped up, and it is. And we'll just get rid of that stuff there. Okay, so now the fly is starting to come together here. We're going to take our rabbit strip. We're going to pull it forward. Nice and tight. If you like, you can put a bit of super glue along the base. I don't really find it necessary. Some people like to do it, but I don't tie my flies to last. I think super glue is building it to last. Now, a rabbit strip, after you've used it a bunch of times in the water and getting it dried out, it starts to not perform the same. It gets really, really dense and hard.
It's the leather.
The leather underneath.
Yeah, the leather underneath.
So then it never really swims quite the same again after that. So just make sure you give it a good couple of good wraps on there. I'm going to check, make sure my strip's sitting right on top, which it is. Nice and pretty. Next, what we're going to is our angel hair. So this is electric purple. We're going to tie in just a little strip on both sides of the fly. If I can. And not too much either. It's a pretty light strip. I tied a couple where I was a little heavy-handed. And what's nice about this angel hair is you can just go in and kind of prune it away. But you can see it's not a very big strip. Maybe it's a little bit bigger than that strip, but a couple more hairs here. Stuff's pretty hard to work with sometimes. So once you get your mount, I'm just going to clean off these ends here so I have a nice clean area to tie in on. And I'm going to get it tucked in right on top of those eyes so that it is following the rabbit. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to trim it. I'll do the other side so you'll be able to see. Just a little bit shorter than the rabbit strip. There's a couple pieces that are a little bit longer. That's okay. So I've done my side. Now I'll do your side and show you what it looks like. Do you have question and answers going on, Brad, tonight?
You know what? No, we actually featured the website tonight. So
okay.
I mean, I should have put on the question and answers, but we featured the website.
But we got bum rushed with the live video.
Yeah, we kind of got caught with our pants down a little bit there.
All right, so now I'm going to do this side here. And then I'll try to show you. So I'm just taking my scissors and working along that angel hair so that it goes along the side, just like that. And next we're going to our UV polar bear in the chartreuse color to cap this off. And I want these nice, shiny, long fibers. Keep holding it at the butt and just pull it that down that's in the base of it. So we're going to measure this up here. Make sure that I get the curvatures. You see, polar bear does have a natural curve, so you want that to kind of go along with your fly. You don't want it competing. And again, it's just about the length of the rabbit. I'm going to get rid of a little bit of this trim in the back. Makes it nice and neat to get in there. Tie it in right on top. Keep it on top. And secure it in there nice and tight.
Scotty, that fly is fish finder approved, brother. I seen that fly firsthand murder the river. It was incredible. That was one of the best days I've seen a fly perform. I mean, I don't think there's anything on the river that would have outfished that pattern. It was unreal.
Which was nice because it was specifically tied for winter bull trout. It's really nice when all that stuff just kind of all comes together.
I mean, I don't think it mattered what species you were chasing. It covered something that was in the water that they were going after.
I want to go do it again.
Yeah, you do.
Water's done now, though, for a bit.
Yeah, it's perked a bit for sure.
So to finish this fly off, I'm going back to that light dubbing.
I like it with that green
I
thread.
like with the green thread, too.
I wouldn't have changed that one bit.
So you can finish off just with the thread if you like. Hey, it's all your personal preference, right? So
yeah,
this particular one,
that's your time, buddy.
I like finishing it with the dubbing.
I tell you one thing,
it's funny because the first time I tied it, as soon as I put that on there, you're like, "Ooh, that just completed the fly."
Yeah.
And then today, you like it the natural style.
Yeah. Did you finish it with that chartreuse or the olive green though? I think you did it with like a hotter spot or something.
No, just like this. That's it.
Because I know you've got a couple different variations of that pattern. and I bet you they're equally as deadly. But that one right there, I seen it firsthand. It was unreal.
So a couple whip finishes in there. And then the last little bit that you need to do to this fly is just pick out this bleeding gill a little bit here. Let's get it so that it's coming out from behind the eyes.
Make it bleed.
Make it bleed.
Get that gill plate showing. It's gasping.
Yeah, and then just bug
Brad's
it out.
toothbrush? What are you carrying around Brad's toothbrush for? Oh, that's not mine. That one's way too clean to be mine.
So yeah, and just brush it out a little bit. And that's,
Oh, it does have the heart shape on the back of the toothbrush, so we got to show them. Yeah, that could be mine.
That's Brad's brand. So yeah, that's the F.O.D, fish on delivery.
Fish on delivery.
Give it a try. You know, if you even tied it in a bigger version, it would work really good out east for pike and bass, and out here on the river, it's proven
out
to
here,
be
there's
working.
pike there too.
Northern BC.
Northern BC.
Yeah, go up to the north and
We're pretty spoiled here in BC. I think I was looking online. I think they show 23 species in BC, which is crazy, man.
Yeah, that makes your heart flutter.
Fresh water. That's
Fresh
just fresh
water.
water.
Yeah, it's not even all the ocean birds.
Yeah. Anyhow, let's go up top,
Yeah,
Scotty,
take me
and we'll
up there.
sign out. There it is, buddy.
So again, I'm Boulder. This is Friday Night Flies. Thanks for joining us. Get out there on the rivers. Try this pattern out. Guaranteed to be a successful day. If not, hey, there's no better way to spend a day than fishing. Yeah, so up next is Scotty Holmes, and we'll be back. Join us again in about 5 minutes. See you soon. Thanks.